telling me that every man is sitting on the sofa demanding for a cup of tea. Go out there and actually meet men, and you will be surprised to know how many men are actually the ones who bring a morning cup of tea for their wife, not for any other reason, but just for love. Just for saying, you make the evening cup, I'll make the morning cup. Right? And how many men are turning around and saying, Mera shirt do dena, mere ko khane ko de do. I mean, and point is, at the end of the day, when you look at that, right? And we talk about the fact that, the way, our society portrays women, it's toxic at times. I'm sorry, I feel the same when we portray men like this. I'm saying, why is it when you're projecting women, you're projecting the idealized self of how a woman ought to be, right? You're showing how a woman will, do everything for the kids, how a woman is always looking for love, and she'll always keep herself love. I'm not sure every woman's like that, but that's the narrative you're pulling, because that's the progressive narrative. Why not do the same thing for men? Why, at the end of the day, if you've got to make a case for women, why do you need to do that by putting men down? That's my fundamental problem. And I don't have this as a problem as just an advertising person. I have this as a problem as being a man. My point is, ठीक है, उनको मतलब उनके लिए तालियां बजानी है, but उसके लिए हमारी बजाने की क्या जरूरत है? Like I always say that, there are these like 4 ways I always say that, you can try and really show a man in advertising. Okay, one is this very macho kind of a man, right? He's very brave, he's very risk taking, he's very adventurous, मतलब Avengers को डर लग सकता है, but इस आदमी को डर नहीं लगता है, he's in that kind of a space, and therefore he's got no fear, he's got no vulnerability, he's got no anxiety. That's one space, right? And again, I mean, real, not at all, right? Then there's this insensitive man, right? Which is perhaps the way I felt about that guy in the Ariel ad, right? A man who's saying, look, I don't care, I'm going to be like that, right? The guy who's almost being suggested as if कि मतलब मुगल्स चले गए, but ये लोग छोड़ गए, and ये मुगल की औलाद है जिसको लग रहा है मैं अभी भी बादशाह बादशाह सलामत हूँ, and so on and so forth, and therefore मैं सिर्फ बैठूंगा and बाकी लोग काम करेंगे and all that kind of stuff. Now that's another kind of portrayal that you see. Then you see this whole thing, which is this provider, this endless provider as a man, right? And I always say he's like the male version of Mother India, because this guy is just not thinking of anything else. वो सिर्फ काम करता है, पैसे लाता है, and बच्चे के लिए लगा रहा है, बेटी के लिए लगा रहा है, and बीवी की को खुशी दे रहा है, and he's not supposed to think about himself, he's not supposed to have any likings, he's not supposed to invest a penny on himself, that is that. And the fourth is this nincompoop, this idiot who's a man who can't do anything. तो अगर आप उसको मतलब मिक्सी चलाने को कहोगे तो he'll have tomato all over the kitchen. अगर आप उसको मतलब डाइपर बदलने को कहोगे तो शायद वो बच्चे का डाइपर मतलब उसके सिर पे लगा देगा. And really brands like Huggies diapers have done these kind of crazy ads, right? And therefore I'm saying, look at the description of each of these. I mean, when I'm describing each of these, all of them is seeming like Rishabh's exaggerating the way a man can be, but this is the real narrative. This is advertising. I mean, I challenge a person to come and actually do an analysis of advertising in the last 10-15 years, and you will be able to slot 80% of advertising in these 4 buckets. And then therefore we're saying that somewhere, it's this stereotyping that is happening. And in as much as we're trying to unstereotype women, why don't we unstereotype the narrative on men? My son to, buy a toy. At that point in time, he was 6 years old. And he finally picked up a princess that princess brand ka pink color ka kitchen set. And my father had come with us to buy the toy, and my mother's there, and they're like, कुछ और ले ले बेटा, वो देख वो बॉल देख ले, वो देख वो गन देख ले, वो कार. He's like, नहीं मेरे को यही लेना है. And he brought it home, come to us with a piece of paper. Can I take your order, please? And I'm going to make the food, and I'm going to make lunch, and I need to, get more ration and all that kind of stuff. Every time that conversation's happening with someone being in our house, there's almost this sense of embarrassment, saying कि मतलब ये, why is he talking about, these things? Why is he playing with the pink kitchen set? And if that's a narrative we're going to put out, that men don't cook, men don't play with kitchen sets. And then we tell, when these men grow up, that, you know, यार ये आदमी किचन में नहीं जाता है, वो क्यों जाएगा?